The Prince and Princess of Wales have shared a photograph of Princess Charlotte to mark her 9th birthday. The image of the young royal was taken at the family's Windsor estate, and it shows a 9-year-old beaming. The caption reads, "Happy 9th birthday, Princess Charlotte. Thank you for all the kind messages today." Now, people right around the world are posting messages to wish the young royal a happy birthday, and some royal fans have spotted a hidden nod to the late Queen Elizabeth in the photograph. As you can see, Charlotte is leaning against a garden fence with pink flowers called Clematis Elizabeth, which is reportedly one of the first plants named after Queen Elizabeth II. Royal fans are also pointing out how quickly the princess appears to be growing up, as well as the strong resemblance with Prince William. One user wrote on X, "Princess Charlotte is definitely growing up fast." Another wrote, "She's growing up so fast, and isn't she the image of her father?" Meanwhile, Prince Harry is due to touch down in London in the coming days for the Invictus Games. Despite reports that King Charles won't have time to meet with him, News Corp commentator Angela Mollard has told Sky News that they will be spending time together during Harry's visit. So much royal news to get through. Let's start with King Charles. He's returned to public duties for the first time in really 3 months, and he says he's doing well in his first major public event since his cancer diagnosis. It's great to see, isn't it?
It is, and it's really fitting that he's gone to the Macmillan Cancer Fund, because it's not just about cancer patients, it's about their families, and that's what he and Camilla have really leaned into. This notion that when somebody has cancer, yes, they're sick, they're the ones that are struggling, but it's all the people around them, and there is no one that has been more supportive than Camilla as a partner. She's of course had to, at the age of 76, support her husband, but of course be out there as the public face of the royal family for these last several weeks and months. I think it's really fitting. He of course talked to patients. He feels a connection now. I mean, you think about the royal family, they always have these charities, they have these patronages. It's not often that they get to experience what the people that these community groups or these patronages or these charities represent. So very fitting that he was there.
That's right, and he can really connect to them in a way that he probably wouldn't have been able to before, and it really kind of humanises the royal family when you see members of the royal family getting sick, as sad as it is, but it is brilliant to see that he is out and about. And we have heard from Queen Camilla during a reception at Buckingham Palace for supporters of sexual abuse. The Queen shared that the King was thrilled to be out and about. What else did she have to say?
Oh look, she pretty much indicated that he's been champing at the bit. You know, he's not sitting at home in his pajamas, you know, he does stretches every day, by the way. He does this, yeah, he does a headstand. He's very, he doesn't eat lunch and he doesn't do a headstand. Now he does all these little exercises. His sons have written about that. Harry in Spare talked about his father's little program of the day. He also has this really weird thing where he has afternoon tea quite late, sort of five-ish, eats really late, and then works well into the night. Now, Camilla's apparently sort of put the kibosh on that and said, no, you actually have to get well. So you can just imagine the 75-year-old man, he's finally got into the top job. He wants to be doing it, and he's being told to just, sit still.
Getting ordered to go to bed or have an early night.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, this role, they spend their whole lives waiting to do this role. He's finally in the top position. It's finally meeting people as the king. And then within, less than a year of being the coronation, he's having to actually just step back and not do it. So I imagine that he really did want to be front-footed about the events this week. And we may see more of that going forward, obviously, depending on his health.
Let's hope so. Look, I'd like to see him do a handstand. That's what he can do, and stretches every day. What an inspiration.
Well, hopefully it leads to a long life.
Yeah, let's hope so. Look, there are reports that King Charles, though, may be too busy to meet with Prince Harry when he visits London next week for the Invictus Games. The King is said to have a very busy schedule, and it's unknown if he's going to be able to find the time to see Prince Harry. Look, what do you make of that, Angela? We know last time that the King met with Prince Harry, it was very brief. It was, less than 30 minutes?
It was extraordinary, even what I might call rudely brief, to be honest. That said, Harry didn't give his father a lot of notice. He jumped on a plane, and this is what we know about Harry. He's very impetuous. Look, I think they will meet. There's a lot of conversation. Page 6 in New York is reporting that they're not going to meet. I think there is no chance that they won't meet. And the reason being. Not that Harry's, suddenly the lovely son coming back. It's because when you have cancer, you consider your mortality. You consider what's important to you. In those days at home, those, not doing his headstands, he would have been thinking about that relationship between his sons. Yes, the monarchy is his legacy, but so is his relationship with those boys. And while, we know that relationship with William is very, very fractured, I fully anticipate that Harry and Charles will meet up. The degree to which we learn about it, know the details, who knows? Hopefully Harry will stay, a bit more stum on that, but there's no way that he won't see his son. It's, he's coming over. Meghan and the children aren't coming. There's reports that they will be invited to Balmoral in the summertime. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Do you really? It's a bit too early for that. But Charles will want to see his grandchildren at some point.
Absolutely, at least the grandchildren, that's for sure. What do you make of Meghan not flying over to the UK?
Look, the loathing for Meghan in the UK is palpable. I was over there last year and everybody I spoke to was, they just cannot tolerate her. Even, journalists, friends, everyone to people on the street. There is no love for her. I don't know how you win that PR exercise. As you know, she's hired a new PR guru on behalf of the Jam, but she actually needs it as part of her persona. And newspapers have been speculating on what the PR message should be for Meghan, one of which was, I amusingly noted, was be less American.
Yeah, or be less like Meghan. And that's a hard thing. You're meant to be authentic and be yourself, but I think what people see right through her is that she's not being authentic and she's not being herself. So she can hire a PR person maybe for her Jam or for her, but how do you win people over when you've flown over to America and you've just made money off rubbishing the royal family?
Absolutely, I so agree with you on that, but you can't be part of it and then diss it, which she's done as comprehensively as she has, even to mocking how to curtsy. That's not how you behave. You join this family, learn about it, understand it, and if you don't like it, at least from a distance, respect it.
Playing the victim, I just think, really did not go down well. And if you just look around the world and see what a privileged position that she's in, it's just hard to swallow sometimes.
Absolutely. It's really interesting, though, I think, that other people that have been associated with her for years, like Sophie Trudeau, is now publicising a book, and she's really distancing herself from Meghan. So Meghan's talked about their great friendship and hanging around the pool and that sort of thing. And when questioned by the Times at the weekend, Sophie just sort of said something along the lines of, yes, I know her, but we're not very close.
Yeah.
Or we don't spend a lot of time together, something along those lines, which really indicates a real brush off.
Yeah, absolutely. And interesting because, we know that Meghan and Harry do like to associate themselves with A-listers and like going to glitzy events. So it's interesting when some people are making it clear that no, they're not as close as Meghan is making out that they are.
Absolutely.
Look, another topic for royal family. This is an interesting one. Princess Anne has revealed, allegedly, that she wants to participate in the British reality show Strictly Come Dancing. That's according to one of the show's dancers. Look, a lot of people, I'm sure, would love to see this. How likely is it that we are going to see Princess Anne as a cast member?
I have never seen Princess Anne in sequins, okay? That is not her vibe at all. She is all tweeds and corduroy and Balmoral chic. It is not, dance floor sparkles. So this show is, as you know, a lot like Dancing with the Stars here in Australia. But I do think, it sort of speaks to getting to your 70s, wanting to have sort of break out of character. Look, she may have said it jokingly, and she is a very wry individual, but can you imagine nailing her? I mean, her son-in-law, Mike Tyndall, of course, appeared, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. That's not a stretch too far to think that his mother-in-law might appear as a dancer. So bring on the shimmer, I say.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, look, she hasn't ruled it out, so let's hope so. Wouldn't that be a bit of fun?
Yeah.